Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time of the week again to count down the 10 hottest cards of the week. And we saw a good number of Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate preview cards this week. Plus, there's more coming out even as we speak. Some of those previews have had an impact on card prices in the secondary market. You're going to see that in today's video, as well as some other things too. We're going to talk all about it. Before we get started though, just a fast reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can pre-order Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate products there. They have everything you see on the screen. Plus, they have a whole lot of other things on their website. Remember, if your order's over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, whenever you use the Heroes promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated, so thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Marisi, Breaker of the Coil. This only comes in foil. It is up $1.09 this week to $9.12. That is a 14% increase. And this is a good time to let you know how we compile our top 10 every week. We look at two major pieces of criteria. The first is a percentage increase in the value of the cards. And secondly, we want to see a true increase in sales out there. So if there's a card that does not make the top 10 that you're expecting to see, well, then it fell short in one or both of those categories this week. With that out of the way, let's talk more about Marisi, Breaker of the Coil. So this is a fairly popular commander, and it is part of the 99 of a lot of builds out there, including Rin and Ciri Inseparable. Those decks have been getting more play recently since Streets of New Capenna did bring some cat and dog support. Additionally, this is seeing play in a number of builds around new commanders, Jetmir Nexus of Revels and Jenny Faye Jetmir II, for example. This is also a good upgrade to the Cabaretti Cacophony commander deck, and many are putting this in new builds around a card from there as well, Kit Kanto Mayhem Diva. Number 9, Unlicensed Hearse. This is up $1.27 to $5.49 for a 30% increase. This is showing up in sideboards and main decks in a number of formats as a way to keep graveyards under control and give you board presence at the same time. In Standard, this is in Boros Velomachus Reanimator, also Boros Aggro, sometimes Golgari Control. In Pioneer, it's in Mono Blue Spirits, Jund's Sacrifice, and more. It shows up in Modern decks too, Naya Midrange, Mono White Stoneblade. It's even in Legacy, Goblins and Grixis Tempo. And I've seen this in Vintage Aggro shops as well. Plus, it is getting some commander play in Shorikai Genesis Engine builds and other decks, both old and new. Number 8 is Cyberdrive Awakener. This goes up $1.32 to $3.77. That is a 54% increase. This is from the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Buckle Up commander deck, and it is now getting additional commander play in Tivit Seller of Secrets builds, or in some cases, it's being used as an upgrade to the Obscura Operation commander deck with Tivit as the commander. Aside from that, though, this card is also getting attention in the Vintage format this week. It's showing up in some Mono Blue Tinker decks there. Number 7 is Maze's End. This goes up $1.54 to $10.99. That is a 16% increase, and currently this does see some commander play in like Child of Alara land builds, for example. But Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate previews are really what's moving this card now. We found out pretty early on, due to some leaks, that gates were going to be in the set and there would be at least a little support for the gate mechanic in general. Now that the previews are officially coming out, a wider audience is finding this out. Here's just two examples out of the cards that have already been previewed. We have Baldur's Gate, which of course is a gate. Then we have Nine Fingers Keen, which could be a gate commander. However, it only has 3 colors in the color identity, and I do think that's kind of awkward. But they have previewed a number of other gates. For example, there's an uncommon one that allows gates you control to enter the battlefield untapped. And even today, more gates were revealed, so I'm sure people are going to try to make this work in Commander. Beyond all that, there's another reason Maze's End could be slightly hot this week and moving up, and that ties into Pioneer. I did see MTG Goldfish featured a budget Pioneer Maze's End deck this week. That could have brought some more attention to the card. Number 6, Vengeful Ancestor, up $1.80 to $3. That is a 150% increase. This is from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Draconic Rage commander deck, and it is seeing increased commander play now as an upgrade to both Cabaretti Cacophony and the Riveteer's Rampage commander decks. On top of that, it's also in fresh builds around a couple cards from there, Kit Kanto and the Beamtown Bullies. Plus, I've seen this in another new commander build recently, Jaxus the Troublemaker. I do think another big reason this is moving up now, though, ties into Commander Legends previews again. There are a lot of dragons and dragon support coming from the set. Here's just 4 examples that have been previewed already. 3 of the cards on the screen are even legendary dragons, so perhaps we'll see them as commanders in the not-too-distant future. Now, if you want to dig into the details of these cards a little deeper, feel free to pause the video. I'm not going to spend too much time here, because there's another preview card I wanted to show you. And that is for Crag Cunning Instigator. This is the front-facing commander for the new Commander Legends Draconic Descent commander deck. Try saying that 3 times fast. So obviously, this card does synergize well with Vengeful Ancestor. I could see a lot of players wanting to pick up that card as an upgrade to this deck perhaps in the future, or maybe they'll want to build from scratch around for a Crag. Number 5, Worst Fears. This is up $2.73 this week to $7. That is a 64% increase. And this has been seeing a little more commander play as an upgrade to the Maestro's Massacre commander deck. And it's in fresh builds around a card from there and Hello the Painter. But again, this is really moving this week because of Commander Legends previews. The card that's pushing it this time is Zevlor Elturel Exile. My worst fears include Wizards coming up with more card names that are extremely hard to say. So anyway, this will no doubt be a good card in Commander in the future with Worst Fears. If you play that card with this on the battlefield, you get to take over everybody's turn at the Commander table, not just one player's. Number 4, Cryptolith Rite. This is up $3 to $16.55. That is a 22% increase. This is currently a popular Commander card found in many builds, including Ren and Ciri. It has been seeing more play now in builds around new commanders too, like Ginny Fey and Jetmir. But again, the reason this is moving as much as it is ties into a Commander Legends preview. Let's go ahead and take a look at the card I'm talking about. It is Raga Draga Gorgut's Boss. At least that was easier to say. Cards like Cryptolith Rite that give all your creatures a mana ability are going to really maximize what Raga Draga can do on the Commander battlefield. Number 3 is Bubble Matrix. This goes up $3.94 this week to $16.87. That is a 30% increase. This currently does get a little Commander play in some different builds, but it looks like a targeted reserveless buyout is what's moving the price this week. A number of the cheaper reserveless cards have been targeted recently. Number 2 is Lethal Scheme, up $8.83 this week to $11.97. That is a 281% increase. So this is from the Obscura Operation Commander deck, and obviously this does see play in fresh Commander builds around some cards from there. But it's in other decks that are both old and new. One thing that's interesting about this card is that it's from the same Commander deck as Smuggler's Share. And you might remember, if you've been watching the videos, that card has been spiking pretty aggressively, still very expensive right now. That means players can't just go out and pick up the Obscura Operation Commander deck to get this card unless they're willing to pay a premium. Or in some cases, you might just have a hard time finding it at all. And that has resulted in sellers increasing the price of this single very quickly, since it is an excellent Commander card in its own right. Beyond all that, this card was discussed in a Nitpicking Nerds video on YouTube shortly before the card spiked, which could have brought some attention to it. And this is another card that might be a good upgrade to one of the new Commander Legends Commander decks. This time the deck I'm talking about is Mind Flayers. Here's the front-facing Commander. It is Captain Nagathrod, and I have seen some early Commander decks around this card, including Lethal Scheme. And number 1 is Sentinel Hierophants. This is up $21.02 to $24.99. That is a 530% increase if you're doing the math at home. So this is a very old card that's yet to be reprinted, but up until now it was only seeing a little Commander play. However, you guessed it, people want to pick this up for a future Commander build around a card we saw earlier in the video, Raga Draga Gorgut's Boss. Once that card was previewed, high-grade copies of this quickly dried up online. And that does it for our top 10 hot cards of the week. Remember to join us this weekend for our regular episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where we deep dive into everything that's happening in the secondary market. Until then, though, hey, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.